You've heard of the American dream, right? It's this powerful, iconic idea that anyone, no matter who they are or where they come from, can make it big in the United States. But is that promise actually real for everyone? How much does your starting line in life really determine where you finish? We're going to dig into that.
To really get to the bottom of this, we've got to ask a much sharper question. Is your shot at success the same no matter where you grow up in the US? Well, some researchers analyzed a massive amount of data. We're talking from 40 million Americans to find the answer. And what they discovered? Well, it's a total game changer.
Okay, so first things first. Before we can see the differences, we need a baseline. Let's zoom out and look at the entire country to find one single number that kind of captures the average American's climb up the economic ladder.
Now, there's a technical term for this, and it's upward mobility. But don't let the jargon fool you. It's a simple idea. It's just your chance of climbing higher on that income ladder than your parents did. It's really a measure of how much your family's wallet shapes your own.
So what did they find? What's the national average? Well, it turns out that for every 10 rungs your parents climb up that income ladder, you're expected to climb just about 3.4 rungs. So, yeah, there's a link, but it's not like success is automatically handed down. But here's the thing. That single number, it's just the beginning of the story, and honestly, it's hiding the most important part.
See, that one number hides a massive truth. Talking about one single American level of opportunity, it's kind of like saying the average temperature for the entire country is 70 degrees. I mean, that tells you absolutely nothing about the blizzard happening in Denver or the heat wave hitting Miami, right?
And this quote right here, it just nails the core finding of the research. The economists behind this whole study, they basically concluded that opportunity in America isn't a national story at all. It's a local one.
So what does this all boil down to? It's this, and it's pretty mind-blowing. Your zip code can be just as important as your genetic code. Your neighborhood, the city you grew up in, your local community, all of these things can have a profound impact on your economic future. Let's see just how profound we're talking.
To really see what this looks like on the ground, let's do a little compare and contrast. We're going to look at two major American cities and see what a child's chances are of going from the very bottom of the economic ladder all the way to the top.
Okay, in this corner, we've got Charlotte, North Carolina, and in the other, San Jose, California. Now imagine you're born into a low-income family, the bottom 20%. What are your actual odds of making it to the top 20% as an adult?
The results are, well, they're staggering. In Charlotte, a kid from a low-income family has about a 4.4% chance of reaching the top. But in San Jose, that same kid has a 12.9% chance. That is nearly 3 times higher. Same country, wildly different outcomes.
So this just begs the question, right? What's the secret sauce? What separates a high-opportunity place like San Jose from a low-opportunity one like Charlotte? Well, the researchers didn't just stop there. They found 5 key factors. Think of them as clues that are consistently there in places with more upward mobility.
And here they are. You've got less segregation, less inequality between the rich and poor, better schools, stronger communities, and more stable families. Let's just take a quick spin through each one.
First up, segregation, or more accurately, the lack of it. It turns out that in communities where people from different income levels and different racial backgrounds actually live near each other, well, everybody seems to have a better shot at getting ahead. It suggests that when people share resources and social circles, opportunity just grows.
Number 2 is about inequality, but maybe not in the way you're thinking. It's not about the gap between the super rich and everyone else. The real predictor of mobility is the size and strength of the middle class. In places with a smaller gap between the poor and the middle, there's just a clearer path to success.
Clue number 3 is probably no surprise to anyone. Schools. The data is crystal clear. Communities with better schools, and you can measure that by things like test scores and graduation rates, have way more economic mobility. A good education is just a powerful, powerful engine for opportunity.
Fourth is something a little more abstract. Researchers call it social capital, but really it just boils down to how connected a community is. Are people involved? Do they trust each other? In places with these strong social networks and lots of civic participation, kids just do better. There's a safety net of support there.
And finally, the 5th clue is family. The research showed that in communities with more two-parent households, there's more upward mobility for everyone. And that's a key point, not just for the kids from those specific families. It really points to the powerful effect a stable community environment has on a child's chances. Okay, so after all of that data, what's the one big thing you should walk away with? What's the single most important lesson from all this research?
It's this. The American dream isn't some single national thing. It's really a patchwork of thousands of local stories. And the neighborhood where your story begins has a huge, huge impact on how it might end.
And that leaves us with a really big challenge and a really hopeful question. If we know the ingredients for opportunity, things like less segregation, better schools, stronger communities, can we learn how to bake those ingredients into every single neighborhood for every single kid?